we go. So now we're inside the Immerse platform, and we're going to have the rest of our chat in here. We're going to talk for a bit about pedagogy in extended reality. One thing we know about immersive medias is that they don't necessarily improve learning by themselves. It's much more about the instructional method within the learning environment. That's to say, it's important that you know what your learning objectives are and what you hope the students will be able to think about, feel, and do in there. And it's this that improves the learning. A key aspect is the feeling that you're actually there in the experience. Johnny, how do you describe immersion?
Being immersed in this virtual environment definitely makes me feel that I've been physically transported somewhere different, and that in reality, I'm not sat in a chair at home with a VR headset on. I also feel that because of my chosen avatar, I'm a different person and have the potential to be a different character with a different personality. It could be quite empowering.
Excellent. So, when we talk about learning in extended reality, one way of looking at them is through the cognitive, affective, and psychomotive domains. So, starting with cognitive, what would you say is meant by that?
So this is to do with the brain and how we think. Our thought processes we use to gain knowledge and understanding and experience. This could be remembering the steps in a procedure or applying creative or critical thinking.
Exactly. So, the cognitive learning domain involves the intellect. It's all about how we understand information and how that knowledge develops from basic recollection to complex evaluation and creation. So, how would we describe the affective in an immersive world?
This is about how we respond emotionally. In terms of VR experiences, this relates to feelings of empathy and how our perspectives or values might be changed. Reacting to a VR experience emotionally can help our understanding of a situation or perspective, perhaps helping to see the world through someone else's eyes so we can empathise with their situation and then learn from it.
Yes, precisely. Many VR experiences are incredibly beautiful, others are sad and awe-inspiring. And we feel these on a much deeper level than through a book or seeing something on the television. Can you tell us about an experience like this?
I recently used a VR app called Home After War. It's an immersive experience that places you in the home of Ahmed, an Iraqi father who has returned to Fallujah after war and fighting has ended. The experience allows you to hear his story and explore his home. It's an emotional experience and helped me to empathise with what it's like to live in a war-torn country and be affected and displaced by conflict.
That sounds so intense. So, in terms of the psychomotive domain, this is where we're talking about the things that we can do. It involves basic motor skills to intricate performances. Let's have you do us a little demo using your hands. Maybe perhaps grab that water bottle and take a drink. Let's head over to one of the other rooms nearby. Let's see if there's anything else here that you can play with. That was a lot of fun. But seriously, Johnny, why do you think it's a good idea to look at the psychomotor domain in extended realities?
This would be really useful for learning or practicing a skill. So in a training situation, for example, you could practice a hands-on process virtually and then in theory be able to apply that process in a real-world situation. For example, in engineering training where you want to learn the process of fixing a piece of machinery, the task could be practiced in VR where you can grab and use tools, hold objects and push buttons. The VR training would prepare you for the task in real life, the steps and actions you need to take to fix the machinery.
That sounds so interesting, Johnny. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. So let's head on back now.